gamers, today we're going to go around the world in 40 days. The route I'm taking requires the character traits to have high skills and high style, which I'm not really sure the exact triggers to raise traits, so I'm just going to show all the options I picked. One tip is that you can always quit the game and restart to go before your trait has changed, if your trait ended up downgrading after you picked an option. For the actual tiers of the trait, you can check out the bingo link in the description. I found that very useful. First off is Paris, buy the wine and oil paints. Explore and check out the airship hangar. I don't think the actual airship matters, just click on any airship. I also check out the other locations in the fair. I try to explore as long as possible before heading back to Mr. Fogg. I noticed that when you engage with other people, you're more likely to change the character traits, so it's not a guarantee or anything. After this event, my character is somehow dependable, which I'm actually not sure if that's good or bad because I don't know what's my starting character, but dependable has a style of 50 and a skill of 90, which I think is pretty good for first trait. Next up is Vienna, and I try to interact with people. In particular, I pair up two Parisian ladies. They will tell us about this new route that I don't really think we need. As the event in Vienna, I interacted with the guy that was approaching me, go to a cafe, talk about the flute, but this time I didn't steal the flute because I remember last time I did, my trait changed, so I don't really want to risk changing anything. Sell the wine and oil paints, go to Warsaw, talk to the Russian gentleman about the Trans-Siberian, read some news, and by the time we get to Warsaw, it's already nighttime, so we want to avoid sleeping outside because it's gonna drag down our character. At the event here, do not run away. I feel like this trait system prefers extrovert over introverts. Next stop is Moscow, but the train is going to come tomorrow, so we will negotiate for today. Press my nose against the glass, and now my character is magically courageous. Keep reading the news to pass through time. When the event about fog comes up, I pick to stay my course, and that boosted his health to 100 points. Buy tartan blanket, fur-lined boots, and fur coat at Moscow's market. That event here didn't affect my character. Not sure if it's because of the choices I picked. We want to go to Karimskaya next, but there's actually a trick that we can save money by going to Irkutsk and then not getting off when we're supposed to. The train will come in 2 days, so we have to negotiate for tomorrow. Spend the night at the hotel, not outside. When morning comes, let's depart to Irkutsk. Hide your extra suitcase. Read the news to pass time. On the train, we called the advice from Warsaw. Suggest a wager because we don't want to pay. Nothing will happen for tonight. But the next day, Rosa will show up. Make her acquaintance. Switch to the driver, and now the train will speed up. Join cavalry officers. Accept to play balalaika to get it for free. When arriving at Irkutsk, remember that we're going to stay on the train. At the event here, pick and we stretch our legs will increase Fox's health. Though since we use hotels here, we don't really struggle too much with health. The next event on the train doesn't seem important, so just pick whatever. I picked the offer to buy her tea. When dropping off to Karimskaya, I route to find lodgings. Our character is now Slav. At Karimskaya's market, sell the tartan blanket and the balalaika. It's worth more in Calgary, but we're not going to Calgary. Go to Pyongyang, keep reading the newspaper, and get through the events. Interesting how we're reading news about fog. Like, is anybody stalking us? How do they even know it's us, you know? My character never ended up changing for this trip, so it's all good. At Pyongyang's market, buy the domino since it's free, and sell the fur coat. The event here didn't affect my character either, but we have to explore to discover the route to Manila. Manila's event is the reason why we've been trying to stock up our character, because there's an event where the correct option will only show up if your character is high enough, and on the fandom wiki it said as long as it's high and organized then we're good. At Manila, explore. To ensure Mr. Fogg stay warm, drink only boiled water. Otherwise, Mr. Fogg will get cholera and we will be stuck in there for like a week. Go to Acapulco, negotiate for tomorrow. Spend the night in a hotel, run errands to get some cash, and leave first thing in the morning. From this point on, I don't think character matters anymore, so I still try to pick the more extroverted options, just in case. I actually attempted the 40 days achievement in 2 other seeds, but I always ended up getting cholera, so I waited like a week. There are a couple of events during the trip that could affect your character, but as I mentioned, the character is no longer that important, so I guess we can just pick whatever. I remember it's possible to detour if I don't pick the right options, but I forgot if it's the path from Manila or from somewhere else. But the destination was definitely Acapulco, so I offered to be the climber just in case. And stitch a French flag. Explore, and at the event, pick how do we leave. Not sure if that's mandatory because we have to leave eventually, and I feel like they wouldn't make us stuck here. Take her advice because we want to leave as soon as possible. Spend the night in a hotel and check out the market in the morning. Sell the fur-lined boots and buy sugar cane. I was not paying attention to how much money I have. Oops. So we have no choice but to bank. No, today is a Friday. Friday, so we have to wait 3 more days. I think we should have just went to the bank in an earlier city where it's on a non-Friday weekday, so by the time we get here, we would have enough funds. And I remember the other banks have much higher withdrawal amounts, so that was pretty bad planning on my end for waiting 3 days for this. Oh well. I am going to Houston next because I don't have enough money to go to New Orleans. That is like 2 more days wasted because I have to get to Houston and then go to the bank at Houston and then wait 1 day to get the funds. Well, at least I can sell some stuff here, but it's not really worth much, so I still have to go to the bank. Take anything at the event here. I believe you can go straight to New Orleans if you prepared enough money beforehand, but it's too late to complain now. While I'm here, I might as well buy some more stuff from the market. I bought a hand mirror, spent the night at the hotel, help in the kitchen to gain some funds. I thought we can leave after we destroy our money, but apparently we're past the departure time, so we have to wait another day. Finally, we can leave on day 32 to New Orleans. The events during the trip does not matter. Once we arrive, it's nighttime, so we are forced to sleep. I think someone is trying to hit on us here, but we're just going to ignore him. I just want to leave as soon as possible. We don't have too much time left. I appreciate your feelings, but I'm not interested in you. After the event ends, explore and check out the market, buy the trombone and hand mirror, and head to New York. The next event is going to be important. We're going to meet a professional boxer, Charlie. Try to engage in the conversation and avoid picking out options to back out. At some point, Monsieur Fogg will suggest that we fight him. Take on the fight. You can always quit and restart the game if you fail. For me, the winning sequence was kept my fist up, jabbed, threw a heavy punch again, raised my guard, threw a heavy punch. To win the fight and get the achievement, we gained $2,000. The rest of the events don't matter, so pick anything. Explore in New York. Someone's going to try to rob us, but I don't even think it matters if we get robbed or not because we are going to end up super rich. Sell the brass telescope, hand mirrors, and trombone. And now we have more than $9,000. Negotiate for 2 days, sleep in the hotel. Negotiate again for 3 p.m. today. So I might have 2 suitcases, but I don't really need the extra one, so I moved my stuff into 1 suitcase. And let's go to London. There's an event that we can approach the captain and ask him to speed up, but I don't think any of the options work. 2 days is more than enough anyways. And we arrived on day 38. I feel like it could have been a shorter adventure if we didn't waste like a week because we didn't have enough funds to go to New Orleans. Was that going to Houston? But we still made it. Congratulations and see you in the next adventure. Peace!